In this lesson, I want to talk about CSS. I want to talk about how to override CSS with different style sheets and how cascading or nesting works in CSS. For this purpose, I have created external style sheet, called it main.css, and I have removed everything from my index.html so we can recreate it and start from scratch. So let's go ahead and do that. And now let's add the link attribute, not attribute, but the tag, to add our external style sheet. And remove this URI and put in our style sheet. Also, let's add some content to the body. Let's have a main tag. Inside of a main tag, we're gonna have a div with a class of container. And let's add a heading 1 with some content. So there we have it. If we go to our website and refresh, we're gonna have a black heading with no styles, only the user agent or browser styles applied to it. So we see the font size is 2 ms, display block, and yada yada yada. If we go back to our main.css external style sheet and select the heading, give it color red, go back to our website, we're gonna see that the color is red. If we go to our web page and create a style tag inside of the head tag and give it a different color for the heading, let's give it color green. This will override the color green, not because this style tag is more important than the external style sheet. They are equally important, but because the style tag is down below, is lower than the main CSS. Basically, if we're gonna take this this external style sheet and move it all the way back, then if we open our browser, refresh it, the styles will be applied from the external style sheet. So the tag and the link are of equally importance. Now let's go ahead and remove the tag and add inline style sheet to the h1 tag. You can do that with the style attribute. Let's give it color yellow. I know it's an ugly color, nonetheless. Let's see what we got. So we have yellow color, and the reason why we have yellow, because this inline style sheet will override any other styles applied to this element, which is very important to know, that you should not be accustomed to using the inline style sheet. If something is not working, something is not showing up, you don't get the styles that you wrote to display on your web page, make sure you understand what is overriding your styles. Don't just think of this inline style sheet as a hot fix for all of your CSS styles dilemmas. Also, you can override styles with nesting. So we see that we have a body. Inside of body, we have a main tag. Inside of main tag, we have a div with a class of container. And inside of a div, we have a h1 tag. So if we go over here and select div h1 and give it color gray, then the h1 gonna be color gray. Let's just double check that. I think I did not say something. Yes. So h1 is color gray, and if we know that we have a class over here, and if we will try to select h1 with the class and give it color straight from the container, this will not work, because div h1 will override the container class. But if we gonna give this this container class we will specify that it has a child with that is h1, then this will successfully override this div, because class is more important than just tag selector. Let's just see a reduction, and it's black because this selector is more important than this selector. Also, we can drill a bit deeper, and if we go main that container, the h1, and give it a color of red, this will override all of them. Even if we move it at the top, it still will override this rule and this rule. So you see how you can override CSS styles, and this is very important with Bootstrap, because we're gonna add Bootstrap to our document and we're gonna build on top of the Bootstrap. It is important to understand how to override Bootstrap styles, how to style your web page the way you want it to be styled, with having Bootstrap installed in your style sheet and all of the Bootstrap styles being applied to your web page.